Welcome to a new episode of the Modern Musician Survival Guide podcast. Today I'm excited to be talking to someone who built a company, an entrepreneur, and we were talking before recording that when I saw the stand at Classical Next with the name of a company, I thought it was one thing. Then I dug deeper and I saw that it's another thing. So I'm really excited today to be talking to Karen Khachatryan. Karen, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine and ours, of the listeners. And, for someone who doesn't know you and doesn't know your work, how would you describe yourself? Like, what is your background? How did you start?
Well, about the 15 years, I'm doing the video recording of classical concerts. I used to have the company in Armenia. Now I emigrated to United States. It's last six years, but before that I was born and I live in Armenia. So I had the big company with 10 cameramen and 3 assistants for the classical concert recording. And we started to do very slow because back then there's no one that can teach us how to do the recording of classical concerts. And when we started to learn and improve ourselves. We started to watch the videos from the Berlin Philharmonic, from the Mezzo, from the Naxos, and learn ourselves and improve our skills. And then one day, I think it's 2015, 15, we did the live stream to the Euronews Lamak, which was the very exciting for us to get something from Armenia to Europe, to the world. And then slowly, but Mezzo and Medici and Naxos, they started to take our video recordings as a good quality of the video. But during the COVID, everyone knows what was happening. The market is shut down, but the orchestras and music lovers, they were asking for more content, which is not available, which were not there. There are, but they're very small of amount in online. So I realized there's need to be something to make the video recordings easier and I wouldn't say cheaper, but accessible for the orchestras, for the organizations, to let them to do something in locally, independently, and for the quality wise, it's need to be the good, because we can see a lot of videos in online. That's just a 5 camera or 3 camera static still shots, and just cut between, and you won't see the close-up or musicians or the conductor. You can feel the emotions of the musicians, because the each note the flute or oboe are playing, it's not just a note. It's emotion. It's a feeling that the audience wants to have it. So and I talked some of my IT friends in Armenia, and they came with the couple of ideas, and we started to build it and develop it. And since 2023 of September, we had the first conversation. We started, and then 2024 of November, I would say in Kaunas, Lithuania, we did the first demo recording, which was succeed. And it's the video. It's sitting in our YouTube channel, the short segment, of course. But you can see the first shots of the annotation AI. So technology was there. Technology started to working, but during this last 2 years, we improved it. So we did a lot of changes. Now our system can do the movements of the camera, zoom in, zoom out, and much more detailed shots from the stage, from the instruments, and very detailed work with the score. So yeah, this is the tool which is right now it's working, and it's open to use for everyone.
Yeah, thanks. That's a very interesting kind of like summary of what you're doing. And my first spontaneous question away is why classical music? I mean, there's, the filming industries for sure. Um, yeah, maybe one would say the money is somewhere elsewhere, maybe in a way, like when it comes to filming and video producing, especially if we think about, I don't know, Los Angeles, where you are kind of based right now, right? Like you would have Hollywood, Netflix, whatever, but you specialized in this niche or in this branch. Was it something that came naturally to you, or was it something that you became aware of? You know what? There's not enough good quality, or yeah, good quality, yes, of course, but not enough of this direct translation of the screen emotions to the audience, to the viewers.
Nice question. Yeah, the thing is, the Hollywood and the pop music, they can cover themselves. There's too much money. They know how to spend. They are doing the everything is well done. So we know everything. And yeah, and the classical concerts, it's staying behind a little bit because there are the let's say 6,000 professional orchestras in the world, and the I don't know how many, but I'm sure it's very few. Let's say 1,000 professional organizations of the for the classical concert recording and the broadcasting and streaming and so on. So, but there is 8 billion population in the world. So this is something that we need to think about it. So, and if we want to expand the population of the classical concert lovers, we need to take an action and use the new technologies for this purpose. And might be this was my only challenge when I started in Notation AI. But before that, when I started to this production company in Armenia, there were the another challenge to bring the Armenian music to the world, to
Mm.
bring the small country and the small nationality, the music, which is the very big heritage. I'm sure you know the Khachatryan, but besides of him, there are a lot of composers and the musicians in Armenia and in diaspora, Armenian diaspora. So we need to translate. This is the good word for this. Translate the Armenian music to the world, and which I can tell I succeed with my friends because, like I said, the Mezzo Medici, they have already a couple of videos that they are streaming, and yeah, maybe this is the yes, this is the niche. I would say this is the small market because what I learned from the pitching of the about notation to the venture capitals, they are asking the numbers, which is not excited for them. So, which is lovely. I like it because yeah, I don't have the investment for this. What I'm doing is just only my own investment of the money, and my friend, my CTO, and my good partner and good friend, and which is connecting to this challenge. And he's a mathematic PhD, and for him, um, it's calculating the music, translating the music to the mathematic. This is the challenging, and this is the interesting for him. And yeah, it's this is something that we might be naturally choose, and might be, I don't know. It's our job to do it.
So there's, from what you're saying, I feel like there's a kind of sense of calling, maybe a mission in a way to capture and to bring to the entire population of the planet Earth the possibility to enjoy an orchestra in the highest quality possible, especially for people who cannot maybe travel all the way from, I don't know, Japan to listen to Berliner Philharmonie, or cannot go from Chile to, I don't know, Teatro San Carlo and hear the orchestra there. So definitely that's something very important. And I think nowadays, at least in the conversations that I've had with different coaches and managers and so on, video has become super important. One might think classical music, we need great sound, which of course, it needs to be listened to and it needs to be really top quality sound. But how important do you see video actually? Have you had this kind of conversations with people where you say, well, guys, okay, good, this is this, but having one static camera and two different angles, it's not that it's boring, but it's not exciting. It's not exciting people who are sitting at home and listening to it.
Um, our mind, it's set up like the audience mind. It's set up like if you are listening something, you want to see it. If the triangle is playing, let's say 1 minute, and you are not showing what is there and how it's look like and what's the action, any audience, any television viewers or the online viewers, it will turn the channel, because it needs to be visible. But you are mentioning about the Berlin Philharmonic. The Berlin Philharmonic, I would say the best orchestra in the world. But the Berlin Philharmonic is well known because of the digital concert hall. Okay, but right now I'm in Santa Cruz. It's a very small, not very, but a small country, city, and there is the very nice orchestra with young or older elders, musicians. I don't know how much people knows about them, but they're doing the concerts. They are creating the music for their community, which is lovely. But how much will be nice if about them they had the some audience out of the country and out of the city even, because I'm sure the next city of them, not much people knows about them. But the conductor is talented, the musicians, of course, talented, and they need to have their chance to bring their art to the world. It's the another question how they will succeed, how they will do it, how they will use it. Because I'm talking with the managers of the orchestras, and they're saying, okay, Karen, it's nice, it's acceptable, but we don't have the video strategy and we don't know how to use the video. But they will learn about it. But our mission to bring the possibility, to bring the acceptable and accessible technology to them, to create the more video. Yes, it's very important to see the close-up of the musicians, and to more understanding what's going on a stage. Even if you're not streaming the video to the online or the broadcasting, In this case, again, in Santa Cruz Orchestra, they are using our system for iMac, for the big screen in the venue, to create more interactive
Yes. Or
relation with between audience, the live audience, and the orchestra, because the oboe solo or conductor, and especially conductor, the conductors are sometimes doing the crazy things, sometimes the interesting things, right? Sometimes angry, sometimes very happy. Those are the emotions that the even the audience in from the venue, they they don't have the chance to watch it. And when you are bring this image to the screens in the venues, you will have the much more good feeling for the audience as well. I don't know
agree.
if I answered your question, but there was a lot of things that we talk about.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's very interesting because like what you are talking about is something very well known that has been done for like years and years in the pop music industry or rock music industry with these huge screens, you know, that you could see the band even from like 5 kilometers away because there's a lot of people and so on. So, and also if you think about, yes, the conductor, you don't see the conductor, him or her, you know, they're
Mhm.
with their backs towards the audience. So in a way to have this kind of, okay, I am there with the conductor, with the musician, and it's really interesting. I remember, now that you were talking, I remember there was a concert that I did with my pianist, and I think some television crew came with one or two cameras, and afterwards I saw the videos, and basically the guy was filming like in a close-up very slowly, and he was filming my pianist, and then exactly when I had my solo, he was filming her. She was standing there, and then he would move closer to me, and then I would stop, and she would start her solo. So it was, you know, all of
No,
these things that kind of also need to be choreographed in a way, especially with an orchestra. Because if you have, I don't know, in Stravinsky, you have a solo of the oboe, or, you know, like at one point the strings are coming in, and so on and so forward. Um, I mean, it only makes sense that you kind of point out what is happening there. If you're filming, I don't know, the bassist who is just sitting there during the oboe solo, I mean,
or preparing the instrument.
exactly. Or just, you know, watching around and
Yeah,
seeing how many people
yeah.
came to the concert. So,
No,
yeah, no, definitely. It's, yeah.
there are the like I said, there are the a lot of orchestras and broadcasters, skilled crews as well, but they're not the local. So if you want to bring them to in your city to organize your concert, they might be not available for you. So this is the another challenge. And too many orchestra, they have the budget. Even it's very small amount, but they have the budget. I know the a lot of orchestras in Europe, they have they are spending the 2-3 thousand euro for concert. Okay, but and they are inviting the local crews like a wedding crew, or I don't know, the advertising crew to do their recording. They are good for their field. Okay, I'm the videographer, but I never done the wedding because I know I couldn't, because
Hmm.
there's the special segments that you need to capture.
Yes.
Well, the same the in opposite. So they are the very good cameramans and the very good producers, the editors. But yeah, this is something that you need to learn. Even me, I'm not a musician at all. I couldn't read the notes. Okay, I know only do re mi fa. That's it. Yeah, but because of my experience, because of my business, 15 years in the business, I started to learn. Like I said, the first 3 years I spent to learning. and there were not books, there were not the teachers or specialists, but we watch and we learn, and we did the brainstorms and so on. So we spend a lot of time on this. So that's why, yeah, this is the much challenge, and the sports as well. To do the streaming or recording of the football or I don't know, the basketball. It's very challenging because you need to understand who is who, not the personally, but who is the defense, who is the I don't know, saver. I don't even know the names of the positions, but yeah, the whole boy. I remember it was happen a lot when I called the new cameraman to the crew, and we gave him the just the one position, and he went, and I asked, okay, give me the oboe or give me the flute. Not the flute, just piccolo or timpani or what. If he missed the moment, it's gone. There is no second
True.
chance. There's no second chance. Okay, we teach him, we explain him which instrument, what, but again, he needs the or she needs the experience of this. But instead of that, I had the cameraman who didn't need the score assistant. He just catch the close up of the flute as soon as he before he start to play. So this is the very important minors, but it's very, very important to know, to learn, and to use it during the recordings. Because, like I said, there's no second chance. Even if you are in a tour and Maxim Vengerov will play the same piece in different concert halls, it's not the same. And yeah.
Yeah, that's the beauty of classical music and the live moment. And to
Yep.
capture it, you actually need to know what you're doing. It's kind of like us musicians. Of course, now it's kind of more common that maybe a classically trained musician can also do a jazz concert. But if you put me to do a jazz concert, completely improvised on some tunes, I mean, I will bomb, definitely. Like, I will not do a great job, even though I'm like 25 years in the music career, you know, in the music industry and so on. So, kind of going from that pain point, let's call it, right? Also, like having maybe orchestras with not the best availability in terms of funding or in terms of crew availability or systems availability. Walk us through what was your kind of initial process of thinking, you know what, I need to create here something that can be reliable, that could be used by more orchestras, more organizations. Basically, what I'm asking, how did you start with Notation AI? Why the name? Why AI? And so on.
Oh, nice. I don't know the I don't remember. Actually, one of my friend, he gave me the name Notation, and the AI, because when I started, I thought this is going to be a classic startup. So classical startup, I will go to the VCs, and because of the AI, they will invest money, and I find out not at all. If I had the chance, I might be changed the name, but I like it, the Notation AI. But AI is now, it's scary. The notation, it's a different something else for the musicians, for the field. So yeah, it's the story of the notation. In 2020, when the COVID starts and then the entire market crashed, I came with the idea to do the automatization of video recording of classical concerts. And I talked with my IT guys, and we came with the some sort of the conversation, and yeah, we started like this because of the accessibility and availability of the crew and skilled crew for the local orchestras.
And from what you're saying, the goal is because something I would really want to ask you is why do you feel that AI is kind of scary to musicians? Have you had conversations that musicians are like, you know what, no, AI is not for us? Because I
They
would
are
be very curious
they are
to.
ignoring us. Some of the musicians, they are, yeah, very hard.
Okay.
But I would say the notation AI, it's not creating anything by himself. It's not. The AI is just a horse that needs the good rider. So this is something that I just came up with this sentence during the other conference that I have been just 2 weeks ago, and there was the session about the AI, and people are talking to each other, and the conversation was about the AI scary part. But notation AI is using just AI like a tool, and there's the full control on it. So there are too many parts for the recordings of the classical concerts where needs to do the manually. So we tried and we succeed to give these manual parts to the technology, to the, I would say, the AI, but most of it's just a calculation, the engineering, not the AI. But yeah, just to doing the correction of the shots, or just analyze the music score, and to just understand who is playing when they're playing, because like I said, I'm the video producer, but I'm not reading the score. But what the notation AI deliver, it's fully understandable for me. So I know where the flute, when it's playing. So from the 10th to 15th bar, it's playing, because there's the or there's the segment that the camera is opening the shot and looking for the human, and we are tagging that the operator is tagging the human like a musician. It's okay, the list of musicians are there, so we have the analyzed the music score, so we know the list of the musicians, and we know this guy from the stage, it's a flute, so we're tagging it like a flute. So notation AI is not, how to say, it's not analyzing the stage. It's not looking for the instrument. It's just looking for the human. We might implement the image recognition later on, but not now. So it's just a one person operation system, which is doing the something that if you want really to do it, you will take the notation AI the system, and you can run on your end, instead of waiting or organizing the big orchestra crew, or even small orchestra crew from your local, or from the other cities or countries to come to do the recording. I know how it's hard. It's, of course, with these crews, you will get much more good quality, I would say. But to have something for every day, to have something for streaming, you won't bring this much of headache for your organization, right? Or for the IMAX screen. Okay, I'm going to the Hollywood Bowl very often. It's a big, huge venue in Los Angeles, open air. And if you're going there for the concert, there are the four screens that streaming the close up of the musicians. And if you are lucky, there will be a one guy who, or the skilled crew, who will provide the good close ups to the screens. If you're not, you will watch the boring video, or boring shots on the screen, like you said, the hautboy or flute who's not playing. which is the worst thing. It's cutting your connection between you and the orchestra because translator is not working very good. So for this kind of purposes, yeah, it's too much important to have the independence, and the notation AI gives you this independence. And I'm sure you know there are the sound guy, there are the lighting guy in the venues, but there are no video guys in the venue because the video is not the guy. The video is a crew, and to the crew, hire the crew and keep them permanent, it's very hard and it's very expensive. And now the notation will transform this situation as well, that you will have the just 5, 6, 9 cameras permanent setup, and you can use it very detailed and very, very good purpose.
Aren't you afraid, Karen, that you will be without a job? Because it seems like you're substituting yourself in a way.
I had this question very much, but I'm not. Of course, I'm not. Even I sell the notation AI for 6,000 orchestras or organizations. I'm sure the skilled crews and the professionals will have their jobs, because I'm talking with the broadcasters and streamers very much about this situation. But if the orchestra has the $65,000 for the recording purpose, it's still they will spend it, and they don't care about the budget wise and how they will recover the budget. But a small and medium sized orchestra, they really need this kind of solution. Like we talked about before, to bring their youngsters, or to give the appreciation to their elders, the musicians, to have the archive. I remember when I went to the Berlin Philharmonic with the Armenia State Symphony Orchestra. The musicians of the State Symphony Orchestra, they most of the youngsters, and this is the opportunity. The first time ever they came on the stage of Berlin Philharmonic. This is something that needs to create it, archived it, and I tried to capture every single musician during my recording, to give them chance after 10 or 15 years later to remember the day of the performance. This is something that I need to say we need to appreciate the musician. It's yeah, right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely has more purposes. One is what you're saying, having documentation in a way of, okay, we did this, we had this. Especially, for example, maybe if you think about orchestras that, I don't remember which orchestra it was, but I saw that they are on a mission until 2030 to record all the symphonies by Haydn. You know, and it's a huge undertaking for an orchestra. And of course, if you also want to film and record and do everything, first of all, it's a huge budget. Second of all, you need permanently a team that's there to record and to be physically there, which is, you would basically need to create your own studio or company inside the venue or inside the orchestra in order to sustain that, because to take someone from outside every single time, it's not even, it's even possible that they will not be available schedule wise, and rescheduling a recording session, a filming session, a concert nowadays is extremely difficult. So, you know, this added flexibility of saying, you know what, okay, we have this thing, okay, let's do it. And what I really also like about, I went on your website and saw a bit about Notion AI, and what I really liked is also this kind of story arc that you create, a sort of a plan, for the entire piece, so that okay, this from here to here it's woodwinds, from here to here it's the conductor. I don't know, the percussion has a solo in this bar here, so we need to highlight that. Because also, as you said, it's not like, okay, guys, stop, let's do this again from bar 1 to bar 20. Because it's extremely costly, and especially you cannot keep 60 people inside an orchestra for 10 hours inside the hall because you want to record one piece, maybe, or one concerto. Yeah, no, definitely. So, yeah, no, I believe it's, for orchestras, definitely it's a kind of a game changer. And would you see something like that also being possible for, let's say, ensembles like string quartets or duos or even soloists? Because I was thinking, increasingly, it's more important to have high quality videos, and that's something I personally need to invest in, photos and videos. And of course, it's also money wise, it's an investment that one needs to do, and it's many times kind of prohibitive to have a crew, then you need to rent a space, then you need to record in a studio so that the quality of the sound is great, then you need maybe also somebody who creates the entire story arc of a video, and so on and so forth. So I believe like something like this, I could imagine, I don't know, I rent a castle, right? I go on the stage and, I have 4 cameras. And would notation AI be helpful in that sense to me? Because I set up the entire thing. I just sit and play, and I have the close-ups on my right hand, on the bellows, because I'm an accordionist, on my left hand, on the buttons, on my head, I don't know, like general. Is it something that you see happening, envisioning, or are you more interested in helping kind of the bigger collectives like orchestras?
The short answer, no. Not only for the big orchestras. Yeah, for the castle, you will need just at least one person who will follow the notation AI. Basically, the notation AI it's developed for one person to do it. Before the concert, there's a lot of preparation of the music with the music score and, like you said, the storyboard. We called it scoreboard, and then storyboard with the presets of the camera and the positioning of the musicians and so on. Yes, the 4 camera for the castle for the accordionist, it's perfect because instead of having just like we talked about the still shots standard and mix it between, you will have more close-ups and then more movements and more emotions and yeah, the reactions of the musician. For this purpose, it's already usable.
Okay.
By the way, we didn't have any chance to do this kind of recording. Might be we can do something together. If you
I
take
mean,
if you take the castle, let me know. I will organize something.
I mean, when you're around Europe, or if I will be in the US, something I'm not foreseeing for the near future, but if you happen to be also around, if you go to Armenia, maybe. I mean, it's closer for me
Um,
to go to
I'm
Armenia.
going to be in Europe very much time in especially I have the feeling that it's starting the notation here. It's starting to be used from the organizations because I already have the call from Prague in June. In from Slovenia, I have the call in August and in November, and yeah, there are a lot of opportunities from starting from the September. So yeah, I will be around the world. I think after this year, which is the one of our business models to just take the notation and take and give the service. much more, I wouldn't say again cheaper, but the accessible price. And when we are saying the quality of video, we need to separate the quality video, technical quality of video, which means the 8K, 4K, HD or so. But the quality video, we mean the artistic vision of the video, the movements, close-ups, and back and forth, the mixing, and everything in this process needs to be connecting with the score, because the main story, which is creating on the stage during the live performance, it's coming from the composer who create the music. So this is the process that we need to understand the quality of video, what we are saying.
Yeah, I believe this can also be a game changer, let's say, for chamber music concerts, or, instead of having like 5 people manage the cameras. And another question I'm curious about is it something, so the notation AI, you say it's a service, but is it a software that someone can learn and apply, or do they need you or someone who is trained by you to be there and to make sure that everything is working fine?
So the first model of the of having the annotation, it's just put the investment, some sort of, which can be very different based on organization's budget, the camera and the equipment and so on. They can have their permanent setup, or they can have their own for the travel and for the concerts, different venues. And yeah, we train a local guy from the organization, orchestra or foundation or whatever, or venue, and we're training them, and they're running themselves. And the second kind of the cooperation, they're just calling us, and we are going in and doing the recording, which is not much likely, because I'm going to, not only me, and then again we need to organize the transportation, flying, the times, and then and it might be one day I even if I have the 10 member of the crew, 10 kit of the camera to give the service, it's something like headache. And going forward, this is nothing. It's not going to stay with the classical concerts only. I mean, not the only for symphony orchestras or chamber orchestras. We're already thinking to do the ballet and the operas as well, and the entire performing art, because the theaters have this issue as well. But because we already learned about to following the score, we are going there that following the script as well. So which might be helpful. And I'm sure after 5 years, our kids or our elders from the online diggings or scrolling the social media, they will find more and more good quality performing arts and the content at all. Because now when I'm looking to my kids what they are watching, it's very scary. It's very scary. It's makeup, it's kitchen, it's everything. But even accidentally, they wouldn't get something that connecting with the classical concerts. So this is the another problem that we are taking the mission to solve.
And for me, I'm not part of an organization. I'm a freelance musician myself.
Nice.
I'm thinking, is it like, of course, we have different tasks as musicians. Of course, practicing is part of that, having some sort of digital marketing strategy, social media, filming our own content, and so on and so on. Going from that, filming your own content, do you see musicians maybe in 3, 5 years down the road being able to learn the software of Notation AI and do the content themselves? Or do you see that there still needs to be one assistant that kind of keeps everything in check?
The technology is ready. I
Fair.
would say
Okay.
there is the possibility to automate it at all. Okay, we just need some sort of corrections and that's let it go. But I scared to tell my client that it's doing the fully automated, because
Mm-hmm.
the fully automated and the AI are so much scary words that I don't want to use during my conversations,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't say it's a problem, but there's the another barrier that we need to pass. Um, the people, which is very good, are connecting emotionally. So if you have one videographer, you want to keep him,
Mm-hmm.
and you have five of them, you want to keep him. And when someone from United States or Armenia is coming and saying, "Hey, you have the good opportunity to do more recordings with accessible price," he said, "Well, what I should do with my five or one, or what I should with my friend." I had this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and even it's old, even it's a less skilled, or I don't know. This is something that it's not the mindset. It's in our heart. And
Mm-hmm.
I know where its question is coming, because you really need it, and you are soul musician and you are soul creator. But yeah, if you want, we can create something.
I
There
mean,
is the
I'm into
possibility.
trying new stuff. So,
No, seriously.
definitely.
No, this is the good question. But there is the possibility to remote control. So
Okay.
even now, I have the possibility to connect to uh, Yerevan setup that we have in Yerevan and control the cameras. Yeah,
Okay.
even now.
Wow.
So yeah, it's 10 p.m. right now, and I'm sure the venue is dark. Otherwise, I will share my screen and I will show how the annotation AI is working,
Wow.
and you will see. Yeah,
Okay. Cool
and
stuff.
you will see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you want, I can show you the something in Santa Cruz if you have the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it going to
For the
be interesting?
listeners, if you're listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, go for this segment on YouTube so that you can also check it out.
Okay, I am sharing the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let me check your end. Okay, this is the Santa Cruz Orchestra, which is the 17-minute far from me. I'm not in a
Mm-hmm.
venue, I'm at the hotel, and this is the concert that we are going to give the service for tonight. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the program that they're going to play, the Antonio Dvorak and then Ludwig van Beethoven Ninth Symphony. And we had the MIDI scores here, and we have the 5 camera here, and then we made presets here,
Mm-hmm.
here for the flute, for the conductor, for the bassoon, and so on. And what you talk about, this is the storyboard and storyboard together, and we made this
Mm-hmm.
preset setup. And when we are going to the last screen, we can see down there the storyboard again. This is something. Okay, and now we know the violin ones will play, and we are pushing them to live, and then Piazzi, because I don't know where is the Piatti is, so I could right now prepare the Piatti shot here, and then cut it to there, but I'm sure the Piatti should be there somewhere. Okay. The trumpets are sitting here, so I have the chance to, okay. And the timpani,
Wow.
yeah, and the timpani, and we can do the panorama, like I said, choose the speed and then push them live. And who is this? The violin, the zoom out, and then the speed, and push the live. And who is this? Tamburini. Okay, tamburini. Yeah, the file, and then again violins, and then conductor, and then so on.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, this is how the notation is working.
Amazing.
Yeah, how
Also the
can
fact that you can do it, from wherever, as long as everything is set up.
yeah,
Potentially, if the
yeah.
orchestra stays in the same position for every concert, potentially the setup is there, and you just kind of.
No, there is the possibility to connect to the computer and repositioning the musicians and do the yeah. But again, what you need it's a good quality of the internet. In this case, the quality is by numbers. Not that much high speed, but yeah, again, you need something.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
this is a quick presentation of the notation. I'm sure we because we are talking too much about the technology, about the good things, bad things of the market, but we need to show some technical things, details as well. So that's why I thank you for this opportunity to show the share screen and show the how it works. Suddenly, there is no possibility to connect to Yerevan Concert Hall, which is the nice venue as well. And if we
No, but it's really great. And, before we go to the quick fire round questions, where can people find you online and more about your work, and how can they get in touch with you?
since 2025 of May, I started to participate the conferences like Classical Next, League of American Orchestra, IAMA, and the Orchestra Now, and then so on. The Association of Californian Orchestra, they have their conference as well. And relationship. I made a lot of relationship with the. I become a friend of the guys from all over the world. I have the very good relationship with the David from the Papagena magazine, or from the Das Orchestra, Gerfeld, and yeah, thanks to them, the people asking and knowing about me. There are a couple of articles are just published with from the violin channel, from the symphony.org in for running by the League of American Orchestra, and I'm sending a lot of emails via Mailchimp. I'm sure you got some. And
Yes,
yeah.
and I also checked out your website, something I will link in the description of the episode. And also, I will link some of videos that you talked about, some extracts, from the work that you did in Kaunas in Lithuania, so that people can see also how it looks after, like the finished product. So yeah, no, really, thank you for this demonstration and this very interesting thing. What I really love about the classical music world is that, you know, even someone who is not strictly speaking a musician, right, can make an impact there and can bring value there. So really thank you for what you are doing. And now for the first question, what is one thing about the original question was, what is one thing about being a musician that you had to unlearn? In your case, I would say, what is one thing about filming a classical music concert that you had to unlearn?
Oh, wow. It's harder than I thought. um, Much more I learned than I reduced. So I don't know how to answer the question, but it's a very interesting question. But this is something that's asked some time to think about it, because yeah, I didn't have chance to be a musician, which might be a thing that I need to at least to learn, because I remember when I was a child, my mom sent me to the class of the piano, and I didn't stay there because what I realized that I couldn't control my two hands together. So that's why I reject the music class, which is not good.
But something stayed, otherwise you wouldn't be in this world, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. So what is the second question? What is the best career advice you've ever received?
When I was in, it's not the advice, but the lesson I learned from my teacher in university when I was the student in theater and film institute in Yerevan. My teacher, one day I was late, and my teacher asked me, "What you saw?" I said, What do you mean?" He said, "Who you meet in the street and where they went." I said, What's the question?" And he teach us to understand the people, understand the emotions, reactions, and sometimes we went out to the street and we started to follow the people, and started to give them a major, give them emotions, situations, the family situations. And one day I remember the guy was working with the portfolio, and he said, "Who is this guy?" I said, "Maybe he's an accountant." He said, "No, it's a specialist from the government." I said, "It might be. Is he has a family?" "Well, I don't know if he has kids or the yeah." And then I start to understand people, understand the human, and it's made my life and my professional life easier when I'm analyzing person who I am meeting with. Most time when it's correct, my analyze is correct, it's makes easier to our conversation. So how it's the mood, how it's the I don't know. So this kind of things.
Yeah, trying to
It's my
understand
best
people.
lesson. It's my
Definitely.
best lesson. It's my best lesson for the life.
Per- Amazing. Great. And connected to that second question, the third question is, what is the worst career advice that you ever received? I think I have one. Put AI next to the name and get money from from investors.
From the VCs. Yeah. To it's right. You're right. This is the something new, but yeah, the AI. Well, anyway, the notation is an AI company. So because we are building something, or we are trying to develop something with the AI, because not using AI in this time, it's useless. You are out of the timing. So
Mm-hmm.
very quick, you will lose everything, every investment that you done, because right now I'm using the AI for my marketing, for my
Mm-hmm.
'cause like you noticed already, my English is not good. But if I send you an email, you will realize that this is the guy who is talking very good English, or he knows the English, but not. But thanks to AI, I can explain my thoughts to whom I am sending the email. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
that helps. So don't
Yeah, I
don't
think
need
it's.
to scare. Don't need to scare.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, it's AI. It's a horse which needs the good rider.
That's what I wanted to reference right now. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's a tool that it's as good as the person who uses it. Otherwise,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
definitely. So
Mm.
the fourth question is: what is one mistake you see musicians do repeatedly? In your context, I would imagine that like musicians with regards to filming their content or their concerts, for example.
I don't know if this is the mistake or not, but musicians needs to be in online very much, very often, every day, because the audience ask much more backstage
Mm-hmm.
than the on stage, because the live footage, they have the access, they can see, but the backstage, not often. I don't know if I'm fan of the Raychen in Instagram, and I love what he's doing, and others as well. There's the Esther violinist, and
Esther
she's
Abrami.
doing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Abrami, yeah, and she's doing a great job. And I'm following her, and who knows, one day I will be the same city where she is, and I can jump to the venue and buy the ticket, go to the concert. And this is how the audience needs to be. The connection audience and the musicians
Mm-hmm.
needs to, instead of saying, okay, no, we are keeping it a secret to let them audience to come to the venue and listen our concerts. No, it doesn't work like that. If
Mm-hmm.
the audience doesn't know you and doesn't listen your name or your what you do, okay, you can keep your art for the stage, but you need to be your you need to build your visibility online. The Vengerov is
Mm-hmm.
starting to do the some, not, I wouldn't say the blog, but yeah, his Facebook or Instagram is starting the active. And not only the Instagram or Facebook or social media, there's a lot of ways to make more visibilities. And the social programs are very nice. The streets just go and show off, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, this is the time to
Mm-hmm.
do much more work out of stage than on the stage,
Mm-hmm.
because we have the another worst cases when the musician are not that much good, but because he or she are very active in online, so they have much more population than the others who are very professional.
Yeah, it changed a bit the scales in a way that, and it's also a bigger topic about the education and understanding of the audiences of music, because many times the audiences cannot distinguish between good quality and average quality, but since they know the musician because of social media presence and the connection that they've built, the audience might go to that concert instead to Vengerov's concert. They might say, okay, who is he? I haven't seen
Well,
him on TikTok or on Instagram or whatever. So, yeah. I had a very interesting conversation on one of the episodes of this podcast with Sarah Bronner from Da Capo Digital, and we were talking about this balance between sharing something more private but at the same time relevant to the career of being a musician and the work that you are doing, and not I don't know, me being on a beach somewhere in Spain posting photos of me on the beach. I mean, it's not that relevant. If I love it, okay, fine, whatever, but it's not kind of like necessary in a way, at least in my opinion.
It's up to again in this case the people, the person needs to understand what to deliver, what not. And this is the
Yes.
analyzing the audience. Are they youngsters or they're elders, and what's the which is works, which is not. If you're putting your pictures from the beach or from the rehearsal, you need to understand which one goes well, which one went. Even my LinkedIn posts, I'm very active in LinkedIn. You can see, follow, and see what I'm posting very often. It's not just only because it's really interesting what my colleagues are thinking about this. I don't know if you if you see the post about the after conference situation with the business cards and these or
I
headaches.
commented there. There was an
Oh
entire
yeah,
conversation
right.
with another guy and the CRM and yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
No, definitely.
This is
And
something. Yeah, this is something I really want to understand. It's not something just keep my friends or followers just keep something, give something to keep in mind. But no, this is something I really want to discuss about. And we had a good discussion on this.
yeah, we
So
connected also on LinkedIn. I wrote to you, and LinkedIn is exactly that the place for that, because sometimes I see colleagues reposting the same reels or videos that they've put on Instagram on LinkedIn, and that's simply not the platform for that. I mean, it's about sharing maybe your thoughts about your
it's
concert
more,
experience or
much
how
more
you're building.
professional
Yes,
conversations.
yes, yes. And
Well,
also, like, between, Instagram and TikTok, for example, I've been using a lot after the conversation on social media and digital marketing. I kind of try to understand, okay, let's go and analyze and see what works best for each platform. Because I could just, copy paste everything. The problem is that Instagram likes posts that are more look a bit more professional and curated. TikTok loves if you take the camera and just speak into it. YouTube is something. I mean, yeah, and
I don't have
not
the
we
account.
don't need to be on everyone, but yeah,
I don't have the account in TikTok. I have the account in
very
Instagram
good.
to talk with my kid and my daughter, and I have the Facebook for my relatives, friends from the Armenia, US, and abroad, to just let them what I'm doing, where I am, and what I'm doing, and how the notation is working, and the business wise. And the LinkedIn is for only professionals, like people like
Absolutely,
you and
yes.
the organ. Yeah, because yeah.
And the last question: is there something that you do to stay consistent or grounded?
No, I don't have any habit. My habit is notation AI and connect with people and talk about the notation AI and the possibilities and show them a result. I'm very often sending the videos from my works I'm doing, and suddenly Not, no, because I'm thinking that this is the time that I need to take an action and work and then work and then work. Sometimes I have a very nice balcony in Los Angeles, in our Glendale, and I'm sitting in balcony and smoking cigar, and it's not very often, but
But if
yeah,
it makes you feel consistent and grounded and
yeah,
connected with yourself, absolutely.
hmm yeah, this is might be yeah.
Great. And I think something that keeps you very consistent, because what you're saying is about kind of
Mm.
trying to help people with the technology and the solution that you created, is this mission that you are on with Notation AI, because you want to really help smaller orchestras or mid-level orchestras and organization to have good quality content, video content, without compromising on, okay, we don't have enough budget or whatever, and we need to have one or two cameras instead of, the entire
Yeah,
setup that can work much better. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, Karen, this has been a really, really interesting and fascinating conversation. Thank you for your time. I will
thank
link
you.
all of the links in the description of this episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how your company and your systems will develop further on, and read your posts on LinkedIn. Hopefully, we'll also meet around Europe, or, yeah, around the world.
What I want to say, yes, just we will keep in touch and we'll make the schedule. Thanks for this opportunity to talk about the annotation AI once more time, and yeah, it's gives me a feeling that I'm in the right track, and what I'm doing it's helpful, and it's will bring some health to the classical music industry. So thank you. Thanks for the conversation and opportunity.
Thank you, Karen.